Yeah, shit, I fucked up that. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. I am with Dan, Max, and Mike. We are here to talk about nerdy topics. If you joined us for This Is Unorthodox, thank you very much. If you didn't, go check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. Anyway, lots of stuff been going on, but I want to get our shout-outs out of the way first. Check out our buddy Arcmatter at youtube.com/Arcmatter. Sorry, buddy, I haven't watched your video yet. I don't even know if you've posted one this week, so I can't answer any questions that you addressed. But
we will assume that he posted one because he's pretty steady.
He is, especially on his Saturday ones. Absolutely.
And he does address questions. So.
He does. He talks to us. He's working on Max's 3D printed thing.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. Like, I can't wait to see this. Like, I'm hyper excited. Like, and that guy's really cool for doing it, too. He's making me a Dr. Doom mask. I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
audibletrial.com/3geeks. Do you like audiobooks? Do you like Twin Peaks? Do you like Mark Frost? Do you like listening to actors act out a story? Check out The Secret History of Twin Peaks on Audible. It will fill in some of the gaps from the show. It fills in the history. It starts back with Lewis and Clark and their discovery of the city of Twin Peaks and just all of this cool stuff. It's a lot of fun. The cast is really well done. It's written by Mark Frost. He does some voices on it. It's got Kyle MacLachlan on it. Pretty much the cast of the show. Laura Dern, I believe, is on it as well. So definitely go check that out. And let's get to the one.
Can I read it? Can I read it?
Yes. Let's get to the one that pays the bills.
All right. Do you have kids? Are you sick of playing the same old games at family game night? We now have something that fills this gap. Kids Against Maturity, a super duper fun card game that blends humor with wit for all ages. Picture a centerpiece game between apples to apples and Cards Against Humanity. Poopy fart jokes for the kids and dads, Shrek-like innuendos for mom to chuckle at. Put down the iPad and get into reality again. $19.99 is the mention of this ad. You can go to the VGMX store or kidsagainstmaturity.com. Guaranteed laughs or your money back.
Thank you, Max. Now back to the show.
I'm Casey Kasem on with a countdown.
Hey, fart jokes galore.
Max, you could work for a morning zoo.
Remember, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
The more you know.
So good news to anybody who watches and listens to us. We are going to be at Columbus Comic Con again, so you can come hang out with us at our booth. We're going to be doing not one, but possibly two panels. Stay tuned for more details on that. They're putting us on the other side of the building this time. We're going to be right by the video game consoles that they have set up.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, dude, they're doing it like they did in Cleveland, where they're putting the celebrities in the middle. I hated that.
Yeah.
Because they have no space for people to line up. So, like, the whole middle part of the con is just jam-packed with people.
That's true.
But we get to meet Thomas Ian Nichols. I'm looking forward to that. The Rookie of the Year. Kevin from American Pie.
Oh, you mean Kevin from American Pie. Yes, of course.
He's the one who went down on Tara Reid.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I'm talking about now?
One?
in the movie, you mean?
Damn, Tara Reid, you want some gauze for that bird?
Jesus.
Smells like Sharknado.
Oh, God damn.
The best role was Alone in the Dark.
Oh, that
was
movie.
A scientist.
That was the first movie I ever stopped midway through.
Did you stop before she had sex with Christian Slater?
Yes, actually. I might have stayed for that if I had known it was going to happen.
Nah, it's a good thing you didn't stay for that. My name's Christian Slater.
Yeah. Yes. No, that movie was so fucking terrible.
Imagine the sex scene from The Room, but, better shot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
That's better than the rest of the movie.
And you only have to watch it once.
Yeah. Then repeat it 18 times.
The same damn
So
song.
you can be like, look, a woman let me touch her boobies.
But needless to say, the dude who went down on her in American Pie is going to be at Comic-Con.
How does it feel being the dude who went down on Terry in American Pie?
If we get an interview with that guy, is that going to be question one?
It kind of has to be now, right? Or we don't have any balls, right?
His thing will be like, acting?
Acting.
Well, apparently he's in a band, and his band is performing at the con.
Oh, God.
Cool.
Oh man, we gotta go listen to his band.
Is one of the songs entitled "I Was a Kid in King Arthur's Court"?
Oh, geez.
Maybe that'd be awesome. But we're also getting David Tennant and Kate Beckinsale.
Hey,
Yay! Reconcile.
And Elizabeth Henstridge. Everybody else we've already had.
AJ Styles, come on now.
John Barrowman.
The Doctor Who guy's been here before?
Tennant?
No.
John Barrowman.
John
Oh,
Barrowman, yeah, he's the other Doctor Who guy.
Yeah, he's
Oh, we're getting
Wood.
Lou.
yeah.
Barry Bostwick.
Oh man, Barry Bostwick.
We
He's
get to
still
maybe
kicking.
pick up those interviews we didn't get last time.
Yeah, dude, Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Faluga.
We are just doing great with these tongue pushers today. Lou Ferrigno, I'm really sad that I missed his interview in Cleveland. So yeah, hopefully we can get another one with him.
Cool.
But like the people are so much shittier in Columbus. Like the Wizards World people, they're much nicer in Cleveland. But I suspect that's because they're in Cleveland and everything else is so shitty. You just have to be a nicer person.
Looking forward to the convention, though. Great, great venue, great place.
Oh no, Columbus is awesome. That's what I'm saying. Like Columbus is so nice. The people are shitty.
It's true, man. I mean, going to the behind-the-scenes meetings and stuff, it just doesn't seem like the convention center works very well with them. So by the time the con starts, this is probably so aggravating. I'm surprised they keep coming back. They must do really well.
It's like 30 people bitching about trash cans for half an hour.
I mean, yeah, there's not really anything else to support a convention of that size. What, the North Market?
Yeah, man. Oh god, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Oh, God.
All that food.
David Tennant will be having his panel over by the bacon-crusted donut.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Bacon crusted donuts and fucking David Tennant.
There's one thing they could guarantee. We may not have the biggest venue, but we've got the best food of any con in America.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Con food is never good.
Oh, dude. No, that's why I'm so happy because like every time we go to this convention, all I
Yeah,
do is eat at
yeah.
the North Market. Like it's expensive, but I don't give a fuck because yeah, fuck that food at the con.
You're already splurging for that weekend already, so
Yeah,
like,
might as well make it a whole thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So,
We got to
yeah,
make sure we get electricity this
What
year.
days are those?
Yes.
It's the
Let's do
first
it.
weekend of August. So I think
So
it's the
the-
4th, 5th, and 6th.
yeah.
Check us out.
Definitely.
Give us other people's books to sign. I love when that happened last time.
Oh, dude, that was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I signed a copy of The Watchmen.
I did.
Like,
too.
that's like the holy grail of comic books. She fucking here.
Okay.
Deface this.
Well, I mean, Alan Moore's never going to sign it. Your chances of
That's
getting
not-
Alan Moore to sign it are pretty slim, so you might as well get the next best thing, us.
True, but then it's like a bunch of random guys.
The only time you'll ever hear the next best thing referred to us and Alan Moore.
Yeah.
You can't get Alan Moore. Call those 3 geeks guys and say stupid shit on the internet.
Why did they have us? Oh, because did we mention Watchmen in one of those movie adaptation things we talked about?
we gave it to her as a prize.
Yeah.
It was a prize. That's
Yeah.
right.
And we were talked about Watchmen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
In our panel that we did the same thing every year for. And this year we're mixing it up.
Oh yeah, we're doing different shit.
We're doing a live version of our show with the possibility that we're going to talk about.
Probably gonna talk about the same shit.
DuckTales, The Treasure of the Lost Lamp is a great film.
Yeah. We need to borrow this for Animaniacs.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh, yeah.
It's be careful with it. It took me a while to get that. That's my baby.
Fine with.
If you're wondering why you can't see our pretty faces, it's because we don't have a camera.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're quite welcome. We broke the camera with our faces, and now you can't see.
And Mike, in solidarity, is not using his camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I know the podcast would just be my face for the full. And I'm doing unspeakable things right now.
If you are tired of seeing our faces, hit that like button and comment because if this video does really well, we are no longer doing camera.
We'll stop. It'll be hard, but we'll give up camera life.
Occasionally we'll flash a photo of Philip for everybody out there because we know Philip's sex appeal sells.
Oh, no, he's the only thing keeping his podcast going.
And we're gonna get that segue video clip going. I guarantee.
Oh, dude, we need the segue video.
So we got the segue and
Philip, young
the Phil
Philip.
jump scare. Yeah. It'll just be like Philip, 10 years old.
Yes.
I promise we have topics for you. Not much, but we do have topics. But tangents are so much fun.
Yeah.
We have more
Yeah.
tangents.
No, I'm good for right now.
I was just filling it out because I didn't think we had topics.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll get into Tangent City again, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Give it time.
All right, I am going to take this moment to call out Selwyn. Selwyn, I'm calling you out, bro. You said you wanted to be on the podcast, and we've been trying to get you on the podcast, and every week you come up with some bullshit. I hope you fucking listen to this. I will drag your fucking dead carcass to this podcast if I have to. You're going to be on the motherfucking podcast. I'm texting him right now. He's a son of a bitch.
Max doesn't care if he rips out your dreads in the process.
I will rip out your fucking dreads.
Beat him to you.
Can we have that on video?
And Max is packing cucumbers too, buddy.
Yeah.
I have no rebuttal.
Exactly. No
one knows what we're talking about.
That is the insidest of jokes right there.
Absolutely. But someone will know what it means.
But Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Segway.
Spider-Man. I love the fact that was in the opening credits. I did. I got a smile.
I'm done with the old Spider-Man song.
Spoiler alert. We're talking Homecoming.
That's a Spider-Man movie if you didn't know.
Yes.
Yes, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Actual Homecoming.
Spoiler alert, we're talking about our Homecoming from 1998.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. I definitely thought that there could have been better. I'm just kidding.
I went with Tracy Warren.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, at the time, she was like my go-to when I needed to go somewhere. I was her go-to. It was like a mutual respect. You can't get a date, we're going to go together.
Anywho.
Yeah, what a kind mention.
Yeah, really.
I ran into somebody else from fucking elementary school the other day.
Who?
It doesn't matter. But that's weird. Like,
what we're saying is that Spider-Man Homecoming brought out the high school in us.
Fucking
Dan, do you want us to clue yourself?
No, I don't care.
They don't really do anything.
I have not seen the movie yet, but whatever.
I mean, like, you know who the villain is. You know
who's the villain?
Michael Keaton playing.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. And
good for you, Dan.
It went really well. I really fucking like this movie. I think this is the same shit. Like, DC can't get a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marvel's like, every time DC does something good, Marvel comes out with the next thing and it's better. And it's just like, fucking, they won't ever just let them happen. Sorry, go ahead.
Going into this movie, everybody was throwing the name John Hughes, and John Hughes is one of my favorite filmmakers. And the guys that made this movie, that wrote it, are the same guys who wrote the Vacation remake. And I don't know if anybody saw that, but it sucked. So the fact that they were remaking a John Hughes movie and then going in and watching this, expecting that they were saying they were making a John Hughes movie, I had lowered expectations, even though the trailers were really well. And mission accomplished. Everything in high school in this movie felt like I was watching, just like in the John Hughes movies, I was actually watching kids in high school, not 30-year-olds in high school or 40-year-olds in high school. Like, it legitimately felt like kids in high school. And there's a lot of name drops and references to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I feel like it wasn't annoying. Like,
it makes sense.
Right. It makes absolutely. He is a fan of them. He looks up to them. That's why this movie works so well, because even in the comic book, Spider-Man was a fan of the Avengers. He looked up to them, and this movie was really, really good. It was really good. I am shocked. And Michael Keaton is the second best villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And
hands
again,
down.
This is the other thing I'm talking about here. Fucking don't kill your villains. Fucking stop killing your villains. This is supposed to be a fucking comic book. What happens in comic books? The villain gets put in jail. What happens in the next comic book? He fucking gets out. That's how it works.
Or in the case of this movie, you fuck up one of your soon-to-be villains so much that when they come back, they're going to be full-on super villains.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, fucking Michael Keaton killed it in this one.
Yeah.
I was a big fan.
Yeah, the acting was across the board great. They didn't do a lot of setting up. The little bit of setup they did for his character really paid off. It was really well done. You got why he did what he did and what he was going through.
And again, it's the benefit of like setting up this universe where you can get some of the story out of the way in somebody else's story. And they've already kind of set you up with like why Peter's doing what he's doing.
Yep.
They've already given you the basic introduction. You can roll right along. Everyone's like, hot Aunt May. Let's roll with it. Like fucking Aunt May is a super hottie. That's just something Peter has to deal with.
They tried to tone down her sex appeal though. They should put her in some hideous clothes.
Dude, that was the one thing that was kind of the one thing I wasn't annoyed at, but I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's Marissa Tomei. Everyone wants to bang Aunt May in this movie, apparently.
Oh my god.
Liz is like, what is she wearing? I'm like, they're trying to make her not as sexy.
Yeah. It's like, maybe Marissa Tomei won't be as hot with these super librarian huge glasses on. Turns out she is just as hot.
Yes.
Maybe if we give her the fucking pants that come up to her tits, maybe we won't think she's as hot. Turns out she's still that hot.
That's like Urkel.
Yeah, you know, they tried. They really did. And it was an experiment, and you got results are a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever experiment you do, whether it happens the way you want it to or happens the way you don't, you still got the results, and that's learning. We learned that Marissa Tomei is hot.
It was really nice seeing Happy back. I love the interactions between Happy and Tom Holland, especially like towards the beginning and the middle.
Oh no,
where he's like the grown up that he's looking up to, and he's like blowing it up his phone. And he's just like, oh, this fucking kid keeps texting me, like leave me alone. It was fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's good shit. Like it's just it's a real. Jon Favreau was solid in the movie. This is one of the movies you see him more. Like, I mean, sometimes he's more of a character in the Iron Man movies, but, like, you really got a good amount of Favreau in here.
Yeah. I liked his completion of his arc, too, and at the very end, like, even though he's been this hard ass against Peter the entire time, at the very end, he's like, he's a good kid, ain't he?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, Happy's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Well, but, I mean, it's also, like, the other thing that gets me is that throughout the whole movie, fucking... Tony Stark has been paying attention to Peter Parker. Like, and he's calling and leaving the messages all the time. And then Iron Man will come in and mention shit that he said in the messages. So he's been listening to them. You know, like, that's what got me. I was like, it's you know, like, he's kind of blowing him off, but, like, he's always been paying attention to him the whole fucking time. And, sorry, go ahead.
One of my favorite Tony Stark performances so far. Like, this combined with Civil War and the first Iron Man.
You know, what's... amazing about this, and I know you mentioned this in your review, but yeah, Robert Downey Jr. did not mail this in. Like unlike the trailers that made it seem like he was in this movie a lot, he wasn't in this movie that much, but he did have a lasting impact, and he wasn't phoning in his performance either. You would think, you know, a 15-minute appearance in a 2-hour movie, he would just come on to his lines, leave. He's freaking Robert Downey Jr. He doesn't have to put it into there, but he did. He showed up. The scenes between him and Parker were some of the best in the Marvel Universe, period, not just this movie.
Yeah, and what's his name? Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
Kid, good job, kid. Fucking solid fucking work. I am happy and impressed. I want more movies with this kid in them. I want to see where they take the arc. I hope he's got the chops to carry, you know, to keep going. Because he just fucking knocked it out of the park on this movie. I really dig him as Spider-Man. I think he's got the right look. He's got the right attitude. He just does it well. And yeah, I was impressed. You know, again, like, you know, it's just really nice to not have a fucking 40-year-old looking like a pedophile sitting in there with a bunch of fucking high school kids like, hey, little girl, hey, Mary Jane, do you want to come to my van? Fucking, like, give me a break. Like, that was the main thing. Is like, they got a kid to play a kid. I'm happy with that. Fucking, sorry, Tobey Maguire, but you're fucking 40 years old. What are you doing in high school?
I love that. I love Donald Glover got a shout out to in this film.
Yeah, and Donald Glover's part was good too.
Oh, dude, that character's coming back.
He's got to.
Spoilers: he's Ultimate Prowler. So, and spoilers: he's the uncle of Miles Morales. So,
I like it. I fucking like it.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, whatever.
Another thing I liked in this movie was the final scene where, you know, Stark has the reporters on the other side of the door.
Yeah,
he was totally. I saw that suit and I'm like, do it. I was like, do it. Get that Iron Spider suit, dude.
See, I keep on wanting them to do it because everyone hated that in the comic books, the new Spider-Man outfit with the legs and shit.
Yeah,
I want them to do that so bad.
Well,
just because everyone fucking hated it so much.
Maybe he'll suit up for Infinity War. Like, maybe they'll be like, I brought this along because I figured we're going into space or whatever.
Right.
You're gonna need this.
Yeah, space spider suit. I'm totally down. Because I dug it. I like that uniform. I was like, oh, something different. And it's like, why wouldn't Doc Ock has had this thing the whole time, and Spider-Man is like never gone there. You know, like
no, I should fight Doc Ock with more arms.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Baugher had 8 arms, now it negates his advantage.
Yeah, see?
But whatever. Fuck it. And then apparently everyone hates that shit anyway. So
Gwyneth Paltrow came back for a brief appearance.
Yeah,
and she got 4th billing in the cast list for some reason.
So she would come back. Tell you what, we'll give you billing over Tom Holland. Please just be in this cameo.
And we don't even need to worry about them explaining them getting back together in the next Avengers movie because they've already done that with a quick kiss. Oh, in an engagement ring, that was funny. Mm-hmm. He's like, "What can we?" She's like, "Well, what are we gonna do?" And he's like, "Happy? Do you still have that thing?" And he's like, "I do."
Can I just say, I'm glad there was a post-credit scene that finally just cut out all the bullshit.
Like that made fun of the post-credit scene.
It was so. I'm like, you're just a shade off from sharing screen time with Deadpool, man.
Yep.
It's like,
oh no! And again, that was the fire back. I think that was Marvel's fire back. They're like, yeah, you said we're kind of cookie cutter and yada yada, but they made this movie, and while it is still, like, not really dark or it's still a pretty bright, fun movie.
Dude, it gets there at times.
Yeah, it does hit a lot of those same notes, and it brings you, because I like this movie more than I like Doctor Strange.
I love, you mentioned John Hughes in the beginning, Jason, the influence there, but also I love like all the little other influences, like when he's just hanging out in the warehouse, it's like he's talking to his AI. He's just chatting with, what's her name again? Karen. That's Jennifer. That was Jennifer Connelly, by the way, I think. Who was the voice? Yeah.
I listened to your review, Mike, and I absolutely agree. The only negative I have for this movie is it gave away the whole middle sequence of the film in the trailers.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
no, I don't even know who the bad guy is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Whatever.
It's like I've mentioned before, it's hard to do when we're the ones kind of entrained into the nerd stuff. Like, I've got my own site, so I've got to stay on top of some kind of nerd news. And it's hard to do when you're watching YouTube videos primarily, and then the rollover ad is pretty much the whole trailer that you can't skip. And also, you go to so many movie screenings that you see the trailer 3 times over, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there were still surprises, though. Like, I was still surprised at some stuff. The reveal of, like, who he was in relation to Peter.
Oh, absolutely. That was great. I love that. It played on the awkwardness between a dad and his daughter's boyfriend, too.
Yeah. No, but I really like those scenes.
I did, too.
It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they took something that happens when you take a girl out to the dance, but there was more to it because there was a reason to dislike each other.
And then, oh my goodness, like, I thought, it was so well done. And then, like, Michael Keaton throughout the whole movie is this guy, and he's a hard ass. He's running the business, yada yada. He's doing this for his family. He's a gruff fucking guy. And then you see him in this home scene, and he's like, "Hey there, Pedro," yada yada, talking to Peter, and he's like calling him all different kind of nicknames and shit, and fucking like shooting this shit with him, and he's like holding this big ass knife, like,
yeah. Here's my theory. Here's my theory now, and spoilers for Birdman for any of you who haven't seen Birdman, but here's what I think is that at one point he was this guy, and then something happened, and he ended up in Birdman getting hurt, but then he like had an awakening. Leaps out the window and apparently flies away. Like, he's like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm a supervillain. Let me get my magic wings.
Then he takes on Spider-Man.
And then in another lifetime, Gwen Stacy was his daughter, apparently. So, yeah, that's how it goes. Sorry, that was my weird mind connecting movies again.
Now, my only little niggle, I'll say, is my only little fucking, why did they do that? Or I wish they would have worked some way into it, is that he doesn't steal youth.
Oh yeah, that was his thing in the 90s, right?
Yeah, like he was like a super old guy, and he'd drain, survive off of your essence or whatever. So I thought, okay,
they'd established all the outlandish stuff pretty well. I thought with the alien tech, like I'm like, you throw in that little fast, I'm like, do you really need it?
It's I guess you don't. But
you got alien tech already.
That shocker guy. I was like, oh man, here's where he finds a piece where he like steals his
I
life
love that
essence.
though. I love that though. He's like, I thought that was the anti-grav gun.
Oh, dude, that was fucking so great. this goes into another point. Like, you have to properly mark your fucking anti-gravity gun versus your disintegration gun. Okay, because accidents happen in the workplace.
Or not. It sounds fun. I mean, you know, just rush roulette with your employees.
Fucking now they gotta go change the sign like 0 days since the last accident.
Keep
well,
some
no, because
work
there's no trace. It's okay.
No, but it still happened though.
I did love that. It was they were basically
who's
super.
gonna say he died there? Sorry, Mike.
Oh no, it's all cool. It's hard to gauge the conversation when I can't see you guys, but
It's okay.
it's hard to. I enjoyed that they were basically like supervillain teamsters.
Yeah,
Pretty much. They're like, we got ousted out of this union job. Fuck the system.
Oh man, yeah, dude, fucking, it was good. It was a solid fucking flick. I really dig it. I give it movie like an 8.
And it's already been gone over, but like it felt authentic. It felt like these were authentic like performers and authentic kids, because like his love interest Liz, right? She like dwarfs him by at least 3 or 4 inches. Like she towers over him in this. I'm like, yep, that's pretty much what it's like in high school when you like a girl and she's physically like towering over you.
Yeah, I had 8.5 for me for sure. This movie was so good. This is the first movie I wanted to see a second time this year. Like I want to go back to the theater.
Did Logan happen this year?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, the first one since Logan.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, I enjoyed it immensely. I thought it was great. I don't know if it's going to be on my best of because I didn't have as big an emotional resonance. I usually gauge what the best movies are for me in the year based on, you know, how emotional I get in response to them, whether that's, you know, something angry or something like inspiring or, you know, can move me to tears, like said Logan. But it was good. It was really good. Definitely solid movie, pure fun.
Absolutely. And for more of Mike's insight, go to youtube.com/McGTV and check out his spoiler review.
Well, it's spoiler free. Well, we spoiled it here, but yeah, the trailer does it for you. So that's what took away from me was like the marketing just murdered any extra enthusiasm I would have had.
Yeah, so like 0, or I should say, I was like 98% blackout on the Spider-Man, and I think that is the best way to do it. I fucking really like that movie. I had no idea what the fuck was coming at all. Like you're saying, the middle portion got ruined for you. None of that happened to me. I think it is the best. I like a trailer in the beginning and maybe a quick trailer fucking right before it comes out, and that's all you fucking need.
I envy you, man.
And Peter Parker's a genius in this movie. Like they show him being smart.
Wow.
Like super smart, not just like yeah.
All right, let's go to our other review of the evening. Castlevania.
Well, what about Dan? Does Dan recommend Spider-Man Homecoming?
I haven't seen it yet. See,
but can you still recommend it without having seen it? Based on how we described it.
Based on you guys. You see, you guys come in and you like talk about the movie and you say this was great or this sucks. I still haven't seen Suicide Squad, and I'm not going to because fuck that movie.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's a good attitude to have.
Watch one day. Dan will watch Suicide Squad and he'll be like, was awesome.
No, but he's gonna love it because it was fucking terrible.
I'll
He's
probably
gonna watch
it in like 3 months, and I'll be like, meh.
Yeah,
you know, because it'll be on like Netflix or something. I'll be like, hey, that's what I do for the Paranormal Activity movies. I mean, I freaking hate them, but every time they hit Netflix, I'm like, hey, let's try part 5.
No, let's not. You're part of the problem at that point. You're why Adam Sandler keeps getting movies.
No, I don't watch those. I'm like, you guys.
I don't watch them.
I watched half of Sandy Wexler.
See?
I watch him. I'll admit.
But you review.
Mike's part of the problem.
Yeah, but
I don't enjoy them. So yeah.
But you admit that they exist. And the people have to watch them.
Well, speaking of Netflix, Castlevania dropped on Friday.
See, you're cutting me
Tony Stark built this in a cave!
Segue.
Max, Castlevania, what'd you think?
I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
We're just talking about the first one.
I've only watched the first 2 episodes. It's okay. It's not great. It didn't really like grab me in. I don't know. I was a little more impressed with their Voltron than this. But yeah, I don't know. It's all right. I'm digging it. I kind of like the. I guess that was second episode, so I shouldn't talk about that. But fucking, it's okay.
I fell asleep.
I didn't play any Castlevania games though.
Oh, I did.
So like,
love them.
I'm not really a huge actual Castlevania fan, so it's kind of cool because I'm hoping they're staying, kind of like within the actual how it went in the game, like telling the actual story of the game. So I thought it was cool, just like the powers that Dracula had, and it's pretty interesting, like some of the stuff that they did. But the style is they did it a little more old school. I feel.
Yeah.
And it's more like your Vampire Hunter D, kind of. It's reminiscent of that. So it's pretty cool artwork. Pretty, it's all right. You watch the whole thing?
Yes. As far as I can tell, this is going off of like Castlevania 3.
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
Yeah. Although I don't know what Dracula's backstory came from, but it's kind of badass. It's like Coppola's in Dracula. Is that Coppola?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Blood is the life, yeah, all that.
Yeah, because it starts out like the same way. It's like, I'm Dracula and I hate the church, and that's a recurring theme around the whole thing. Like it could give Berserk a run for its money with its hatred of organized religion.
To be fair, those Catholics in this series are assholes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I really liked this one. I was pissed off because there's only 4 episodes.
Well, it immediately got renewed for a second season after the day it was released, so you'll probably have more.
With 8 episodes.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I just they say we're dropping a season, and then I get to like the end of the 3rd episode, and it's like season finale number 4, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was a quick watch for me, definitely. It was.
I mean, it's all very red tinted, and. I mean, I like it because it's mostly hand-drawn. There's some backgrounds that are rendered, and it doesn't kind of fit that well. But all in all, I was quite amused by it.
I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
I got bored, fell asleep.
Yeah, you do.
During the first episode?
That's
well,
not
as
good.
we talked about on this, This is unorthodox. It's been really hard for me to get into TV shows lately.
Yeah, sure enough.
With everything going on, but
Yeah.
I'll give it a second.
We'll give you a pass this time, Jason, but just don't let this fucking shit happen again. Get your shit together.
I've been watching Flip or Flop, so I don't have to pay attention to a plot because they'll just tell me what I just watched.
I fucking love those house shows.
You spend 5 minutes watching them build a wall, and then they go to commercial, and they come back, and they're like, we just spent 5 minutes building a wall. It was really hard.
Before we built it. Here's what it looks like now.
Now let's go paint the other wall. Commercial break. We just painted another wall after we painted the first wall.
I cannot
built it. Let me show you how it looked like.
I cannot get enough of those house shows where they take shit apart and put it back together.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Not for me.
I do too. It's the best thing to watch when you can't focus.
Okay, but you guys watch that, and I watch season 2 of Castlevania. And we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
I watch everything else too, but like if I'm upstairs, like with my dad or with my parents or whatever, fucking, I gotta watch something. And
hey, man, let's watch Castlevania.
No, Castlevania is not gonna fly. So yeah, fucking Flip or Flop. What's the other one?
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Tangents. Homes on Homes.
Oh,
that was one.
I like the one.
I like Castlevania.
Property Brothers.
I like Property Brothers, and there's another one.
Flip or Flop Vegas.
No,
Flip or Flop Atlanta.
Flip or Flop Argentina.
No, it's like a restoration. Like they're in Texas. So they restore houses. And anyway, the guy's crazy, and I think that was the best one.
Tangents. Mike, what did you think of Castlevania?
And you guys think I'm part of the problem? Jesus.
We're all part of the problem.
Yeah.
None of us are part of the solution.
Yeah, I agree with Dan. It's too short. I can't wait for season 2. I don't really know much about Castlevania, but this has got me interested. I like the Trevor Belmont character. They're like, he just gives 0 shits to a point. And seems drunk and inebriated throughout a lot of it, so that's kind of fun.
Never lost a fight with a man or beast. I thought that was a really good joke they had in that one. And then he walks out of the bar like, huh, you didn't lose the fight.
And yeah, the priests in this.
Oh yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Super dude.
Have you watched the whole thing?
Oh yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
Okay. I like the comeuppance at the end.
What I took away most from this was I had just seen Moana just before I went into Castlevania for the first time. So I was just like, I was in a mood swing. I was like, oh, adorable little Hawaiian baby discovers her true purpose in life. Oh, cute, that devil dog's eating an infant.
Yes.
Like, Jesus.
That's the reverse of when I watched like Sicario and then fucking what was it? Oh, fuck me.
I remember that too.
Right. The Martian. I went from Sicario to The Martian, and I was like, the bleakest outlook on humanity to like the bright, shining, golden outlook on humanity. It's like, I think that's the way you have to do it. Like, you did shit wrong.
You needed to put Interstellar between there, so you'd be confused. Confused
in a different.
Oh, Martian.
Tony Stark!
Segue!
Just all ran out of gas at the same time. That was great. Like,
I think we need
animatronics it just turned off.
We all needed to catch our breath or reboot or something at that point.
I haven't seen Moana yet, though. Is that good?
Yeah, it's okay. Like, here's my Moana review, I guess, a year late. It's good. The performances it's funny. The songs are pretty catchy. I mean, it's from the guy who did Hamilton and a couple of other collaborators, so it's good. But there are points where I'm kind of like, yeah, this feels kind of factory assembly line. Like the princess who wants more stuff, and oh, there's the animal sidekicks. Yep. Okay.
Well, sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, I was done. That's it.
Okay. So, talk about mood swings. We got our last story.
Tony Stark built this in a game. Scraps.
Our last story is a sad one. Joan Lee, the wife of Marvel Comics legend Stan Lee, passed away Thursday in Los Angeles. She was 95. Max, your thoughts on the passing of Joan Lee?
That sucks. You know, fucking.
She's responsible for a lot of the stuff that we enjoy now. She's one of the people that gave him the motivation to do the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's 95 years old. I mean, you know, like super old. You know, like it's gonna. Now's the time when this shit happens. You know, like so it's sad time for Stan Lee. I feel bad, you know, but like, you know, she's a lady. She died. Like I don't really.
I get sad. We've talked about this on the podcast. Anytime I see Stan Lee's photo pop up on Facebook, I get upset that it might be him. And, you know, we went through this with Adam West, too. Like, these people are older, but you see them, you know, running around and doing all of this stuff that you forget that they're that age. You think that they're still young, and it's just tragic to see this happening. Mike?
Yeah. You pretty much said it's like the way Stan tells the story a lot is that she's the one who's kind of like, why don't you just go for broke with your last comic book story, you know, if you don't want to work in the business anymore. And that's where he got started with the Fantastic Four and the Marvel Universe. So we do kind of owe her a bit for, you know, pushing him in that direction a little bit. And also based off of, like, I have this documentary on DVD called the Kevin Smith Talks with Stan Lee, right? Mm-hmm. And things like that. And there's a what do you call it? A segment for the DVD where he interviews Joan for a while, and the way they talk about each other is really adorable. Like, this is the most adorable elderly power couple I've ever seen. So, I mean, I just feel bad for Stan because it's a 70-year marriage, I think, right? Yep. 70 plus or something. So
69 years.
Yeah.
69 years. It was coming up on 70. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. I mean, congratulations on that for, you know, staying dedicated to someone for that long and, you know, being by their side through thick and thin. And I think they'd had a daughter. I was reading up on them a little bit. They'd had a daughter that died when they were in infancy. So, you know, getting through stuff like that, you know, not even factoring in the Marvel Comics stuff at all, just having such a long life of experience and love and things like that. We should all be so fortunate. So, definitely heartbroken with the Lee family. I hope Stan's doing okay. They say he's
Stan Lee's friend set him up on a date with her roommate. And then he goes to pick up the roommate. The roommate's not home, and then his wife answers the door, and he takes her out on the date instead.
Yeah. And like I think she was in the process of getting divorced from another person.
That's crazy.
At the time. And so, yeah, I think she did the voice work for Madam Web on the 90s Spider-Man TV show. So you can find bits of her here and there in movies. And, you know what I mean. Like
your house he died. That sounds awful.
Jesus. Wow, guys. Wow. I'm trying to be sincere and heartfelt, and you got to go. And
I know. I'm there with you. I was doing the same thing. I'm like, I'm trying to be serious.
Max has the giggles.
Oh god, that's hysterical. Fucking pieces of Mrs. Lee everywhere.
Oh god, guys.
Jesus, Dan, you
the funny thing is, I knew as soon as I said it, I knew that someone was gonna run with it. Like I said, it was one of those moments where my thoughts escaped my mouth before I could actually process them fully. And as soon as I said it, I was like, "Ah, fuck! Someone's gonna catch that." I knew. She was in X-Men Apocalypse. That's what I was gonna say too. She was there with him as the nukes are flying.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking terrible.
Well, yeah, that's totally her fault, Max.
I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying the movie was bad.
You're like, she deserved to die now because X-Men Apocalypse eats.
I did not even imply that. Well, it is, kind of her fault. I wasn't saying it.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to get out of my flub. I'm just trying to get out of my. There's bits of her everywhere.
I'll wallow in the mud with you, buddy. It's okay.
I'm dragging you down with me. If anything, it's like, man, your thoughts.
I also watched a recent documentary with Stan Lee. It wasn't the same one as yours, though. But they talked to her. She seemed like a nice lady. That's all they really got. So.
British, prim and proper.
Yes.
Huh, that's interesting.
And they were like hanging out at home all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They seemed cool.
Allegedly, she was the inspiration for Gwen Stacy. Allegedly.
Oh.
I have a question for our audience. Do you have kids? Are you sick of playing the same old games at family game night? We now have something that fills this gap. Kids Against Maturity.
Fills the gap.
An awesome, fun game that blends humor and wit for all ages. Picture a centerpiece, if you will. A game.
No, there's no pictures.
Aww.
Apples to Apples and Cards Against Humanity. Poopy fart jokes for the kids and dads. Shrek-like innuendos for mom to chuckle
So
at.
can dad not enjoy Shrek-like innuendo? Is that what that means? Like,
Or can mom not enjoy poopy fart jokes?
I feel like moms generally don't enjoy poopy.
I'm still just trying to picture this scenario.
I think my wife enjoys poopy fart jokes more than I do.
That's awesome.
Anyway, put down the iPad and get into reality again. 1999 with mention of this ad. Stop at VGMX if you live in Columbus, Ohio. Say hi to me and Max. Pick up your game, $20, or go to kidsagainstmaturity.com. Guaranteed laughs or your money back. Also, check out audibletrial.com/3geeks. Get all of your audiobook needs. And we sell T-shirts and Mike sells T-shirts. Click the link in the description of this video.
The first 3 buyers will get a bit of Joan Lee set their way.
In its own custom carry case.
God. It's fucking sent with a certificate of authenticity.
I don't think we should be allowed to do This Is Unorthodox and this podcast back to back.
Yeah.
I
I think that was the mistake because I'm in total gallows humor right now, dude. I'm in beast mode right now.
Anyway, the 3 Geeks podcast is back to our normal roster, so tune in next week for our fun live show, and we're sure to offend somebody.
I'm happy that this week it wasn't just automatic. Max is going to say the most offensive thing on the podcast.
Yeah.
We got to trade off every once in a while.
Switching it up. That's why people keep listening, dude. They get big surprises like that.
Fare thee well, Joan Lee. Seriously, rest in peace. God
Indeed,
bless.
and our condolences to the whole Lee family and everybody who knew her and loved her.
Absolutely. Have a good night.